We start this ranking with the ATS Automobili GT. Now this car is pretty I know, like, it has been featured on a special hunt like 10 million years ago and I don't have it, like I missed that event. I don't even know if people remember this car, but it is just like a filler one basically. I only used it like once when it was a free trial at a special event and it was like just ass. The car is extremely slow and stiff and the drifting radius feels just bad, like, and stats wise it is one of the like worst S-Class cars on the game. And you have to spend 42 million credits to fully max it out because it is a 6-star car, like, which is just stupid. This car doesn't even deserve to be like that expensive, to be honest. It should be at the same price of the like Centenario and like those cars, you know? They require like 8 million credits from scratch to max. But anyways, the car is pretty trash, that's why it is at the end of this list, so let's move into the next one. Next up we got the SSC Ultimate Aero. Now this car is pretty ass too, but it is better than the previous one. Everything about this car is below average, but it is not that annoying or frustrating to drive. The drifting radius is kind of stiff and it feels kind of a boat when driving it, but it doesn't feel terrible to drive this car unlike the ATS Automobili GT. And also the Ultimate Aero doesn't float like at all, like you can try to punch drift or flow drift or anything and it just stays glued to the ground. Anyways, this car is currently free on the Spotlight and has been available as the main car on both Sonic 35th anniversary Spotlights, so it is pretty easy to obtain and max out if you played both. And the car is currently like being given away for free, like the Spotlight just gives you a ton of blueprints for this car, so it is pretty easy to upgrade and even max out. Well, and for my case, I missed the first Spotlight of this car, so I don't have it at max sadly, but I'm getting a ton of blueprints for free just from farming the Spotlight shop. It is not useful anywhere on the game, it is like a filler car pretty much. You're not gonna see that multiplayer or gauntlet, like yeah, it is pretty much forgotten outside the Spotlight shop. Now when we move on to the Nilu 27 Nilu, this car came out on a shitty ass boring Spotlight that everyone like forgot about already. It is better than the previous cars on the list, it has a better acceleration, better nitro capacity and you know, like it is just better, but it just lacks any type of utility. The drifting radius is a bit too wide and stiff, and the top speed is not great for S-Class, like it is not reliable to be used on Gauntlet or multiplayer cause there are just better cars out there. The car is not special or unique or have something that makes it stand out, so that's everything about this forgotten car no one talks about. Next up we got the Mustang RTR Spec 5FD or whatever, like long ass name to be honest, pretty unnecessary. Anyways, this car has been featured on both Hololive Spotlights because it had a rerun recently this year, and so far this car is pretty much like a reskinned Speedtail, like it has the same stats pretty much, except that it is like bulkier, the drifting radius is worse and it doesn't float as much, like this car just feels fat to drive while the Speedtail just like completely destroys it because it is just way more floaty. The car was pretty easy to max out if you played both Spotlights because I did. Its blueprints and epic import parts were given away for free pretty much. I would talk more about this car, but it is just a reskinned Speedtail, like the top speed is below average for S-Class, the acceleration is below average, the nitro capacity is okay, and the drifting radius is kind of stiff, so this car is not that fun to use. It is not reliable for Gauntlet or multiplayer cause there's just better cars out there, and the car is also pretty overranked, like it doesn't deserve to be nearly ranked 5000 by any means, when it is just a worse Speedtail. Next up we got the 918 Spider Asphalt Edition. Now this car is weird as fuck, like you just got like the best floating capabilities in the game besides the Envision 74, and this car was added on a forgotten ass Spotlight once again. I believe it was called Porsche Selection or I don't know. Well, and the car is pretty fun to drive and that's it, cause it is like not good at anything else. It is too overranked to be used at Gauntlet, and for multiplayer it's like not placed on the division it should be, and there are just better cars out there. The car used to be worse actually, but it got buffed cause like everyone complained that the car was ass. And it's still ass. They just buffed its stats a bit, but it is also overranked. Like they also increased that thing. So it is just right now collecting dust in my garage, just waiting for a special event or whatever. Like something else where it's featured. Its top speed is below average for S-Class, the acceleration is also below average, the handling is good and the nitro capacity is like good, but like it is just the top speed that like ruins it entirely. If it was like faster, just better top speed, then it would be a good car. Next up we got the Audi R18 e-tron Quattro 2012. Now this car was added on another Spotlight and it was pretty easy to get once again. And the car is pretty unique. I don't know why, but cars with like this car design, like the Ferrari 499P and the other Audi car or whatever, they're like extremely floaty by some reason. I don't know why. Like these cars don't look like they float, but they're just extremely floaty. But anyways, the car got below average top speed, below average acceleration, and an okay nitro capacity, and it is not useful at all because like where are you even gonna use this shit? It is trash for gauntlet and multiplayer. But what I like most about the car is it just feels good to drive, you know? It is kind of fun. It feels less stiff than the 918 Asphalt edition, and it just like, I don't know how to explain it because on paper the stats look like ass, but it actually performs good in game. It is not a beast, of course, there's just better cars out there, but we're still like on the bottom of this list, so the cars here are pretty ass. Next up we got the Lamborghini Egoista. This car has been on the weekly exclusive daily event for like 5 or 6 years already, so everyone should have it maxed out. Only if you play it, cause like if you don't do it, of course you're not even gonna get the blueprints. But anyways, this car is pretty like, I have seen it being used at lower gauntlet divisions because of the good acceleration it got, and that's it. Like, it is not overranked because it is a pretty old car, and like old cars used to be ranked lower, so that just makes it a tiny bit more useful than all of the previous cars of the list, so that's why it's ranked higher. It got pretty good acceleration, way below average top speed for S-Class, kind of a bad drifting radius because it feels kind of stiff like a boat, but the nitro capacity is decently long. Anyone that has been playing for a while should have this car maxed out at this point. It is useful on lower gauntlet divisions, and I don't know about multiplayer. I haven't like checked what multiplayer division it is on, but I don't think it would be placed like really high, honestly. Next up we got the Lamborghini Sian FKP37. Now this car on paper looks like a great car and it feels really fun to drive, and it is like easy. It would be like an S-Class Corvette because how easy it is to drive, but I have actually like never seen it out there. It is not the best car by any means because there's just better cars. Like I have never seen it at Gauntlet because other cars just accelerate faster, and for multiplayer it kind of gets placed too high amongst like the other cars. In my opinion, it's kind of sad that this car is not used that much because it just looks amazing, like both from the back and the front, but it is just like, it doesn't have anything special. Like the top speed is pretty low for S-Class, the acceleration is not that great. The only good things about it is the insanely good handling it got and the longest nitro capacity it also got. It doesn't float at all, which is kind of sad, but it honestly doesn't matter that much because the drifting radius is just like really sharp. This car is free to play through its showroom event, you can just farm, but it's gonna take you like 10 million years to obtain if you're free to play because you're not gonna be having autoplay, neither enough gas slots for your car, because if you buy the Legend Pass or Ultimate Pass you're gonna have way more gas slots. So to obtain this car is possible for free to play, but like not really. Next up we got the Koenigsegg 1-1. This car was free to play for everyone that played on the 2025 Black Friday Burst Up Speed special event, and you didn't even need to have the Burst Up Speed cars like maxed out or even unlocked. The event gave you an option to just use like Icona and fucking those easy as to get S-Class cars, and you could just obtain this car for free. Anyways, this car is just like a better Koenigsegg Agera RS, and that's it, it's just like slightly buffed. It is photo drop due to the high top speed and floating capabilities, but the thing that just makes it suck is that it is so overranked. It is like rank 5000 at max, which is just stupid, cause at that same rank you can get like a fully maxed out Jesko. Well, I think a golden Jesko has less rank than this car at max, and that just makes it not useful entirely for Gauntlet, and for multiplayer there's just better cars out there. It could be useful for multiplayer maybe if they like place it on lower divisions on like the next multiplayer seasons, but I don't know. But the car got a pretty high top speed, a sharp drifting radius with good floating capabilities, and a bad nitro capacity, but the floaties of this car just make up for it. I only have this shit at 2 stars because it was pretty hard to max out. Even though I had every burst up speed car at 6 stars, like the special event barely gave blueprints for the car. And I have not seen this car like at Gauntlet or multiplayer like or anywhere, because it was pretty expensive to max out honestly. Next up we got the Koenigsegg CCXR. This car was given away for free because it was featured on a special hunt like not so long ago. Wait, no way. Time really does go that fast, it wasn't like January or so. Well, anyways, this car is really satisfying to drive. It doesn't have anything bad. Well, it does have 3 major problems, but like driving this car feels pretty satisfying and fun to drive. It is pretty touch drive safe and beginner safe. Like if you don't know how to drive cars or you're just like trying to learn how to play this game, it is a great car to practice on and just chill. And it was the things that just like completely screw up this car is the way below average top speed, the bad acceleration it got, and how terribly overranked this car is. Like right now, like when I took this screenshot, it was at rank 5100 when overclocked. Like that is just crazy. Like this car does not deserve to be rank 5000. But anyways, the handling of the car is great, like it feels pretty smooth and satisfying to drive because it can take corners pretty smoothly, and the nitro capacity is also decently long for S-Class. I have never seen this car on MP1 because it is like always placed on Legend League or like the highest league possible, so it just gets destroyed by fucking Jesco Absolutes and like literally any other better car out there. And for Gauntlet, I have seen this car being used sometimes by aliens and they actually do pretty good on some tracks. Like I lost once to this car on a Gauntlet track and I was like pissed, like how the fuck did I lose to this car? But like the guy I was facing against, he was like a complete alien, so it doesn't really count, you know? But anyways, this car is pretty smooth and satisfying to drive. It is just like nerfed because how stupidly overranked the car is. And it looks pretty similar to the Koenigsegg CC850. Like this car and the CC850, they're just like so similar. Next up we got the Lamborghini Centenario Evo. Now I put it on this list because it is pretty much like given away for free on the daily car hunting or whatever, daily loot. I don't know how it was called, but yeah, you get it. This car got introduced after the first Evos, which were like completely broken, and Gameloft like saw this and they decided to make the like following Evos not to be as broken. But the Evo tuning of this car just turns the regular Centenario into like a floaty, well, it's not even a floaty beast, it is not that good. But for its ranked, it's actually pretty useful for Gauntlet, because if you're like divisions 2, 3 or 4 of Gauntlet, you can remove every Evo tuning piece of the car to lower the rank, and then just apply them back in when the Gauntlet begins. It is not that useful for multiplayer since there's just better cars out there and like, it is not placed on a low enough division to be like insanely broken or whatever, so that's about it. Next up we got the Troyan Nemesis. Now I love this car so much because this is like pretty much the beginner car, well, like the first like kind of floaty car that you like learn how to do punch jumps and floaty jumps with. It feels like a worse Jesco pretty much, but the car is pretty underranked, like it can do way better than cars of similar rank in multiplayer, well, only on MP1 because it is usually underranked there, but not for Gauntlet or MP2 because the fucking 1-star Venom F5 will just like dominate it. That thing is just overpowered. Anyways, the car is very easy to obtain through its exclusive weekly daily event on the daily events tab. Like everyone that has been playing for a while should have this car maxed out already. You're gonna take like 10 million years to max it out, but if you're consistent on this game, you're gonna like, well, it is gonna happen eventually. The car has really high top speed for its rank, below average acceleration, good handling and good floating capabilities. It is not the floatiest car out there, but it gets the job done. And the nitro capacity is kind of short, but it feels pretty powerful when using it. Using this car is extremely fun in multiplayer because you usually like beat bandas and like those spammy ass cars with this car, if you know how to drive it properly of course, while trying to keep the top speed the longest time possible. And in summary, it is just a nerfed Koenigsegg Jesco and yeah, that's about it. Next up we got the Karan Sport. This car was given away for free at the first Easter Extravaganza Spotlight. Now not the rerun, because the rerun was like straight ass. You could only get like 5 blueprints from that shit. Anyways, the original Easter Extravaganza Spotlight was the first and considered by most the best spotlight ever added onto this game, because you could literally just max out every single car the event had. Like, it would just give you like a shit ton of free blueprints and everyone like maxed out this car. Anyways, the Karan Sport is pretty useful for Divisions 4 of Gauntlet. It has a below average top speed, great acceleration, okay handling and good nitro capacity. It is especially good for Gauntlet Divisions 3 and 4 because it's just designed for it, you know, because of the acceleration. And as for multiplayer, it's not that great because there are just better cars out there. I don't even know if this car is on MP1, like I've never seen it there, or as far as I can remember. But anyways, this car, I don't have it maxed out. Well, I have it at 6 stars, but I don't have credits to like upgrade it because this game sucks and they just don't give credits to the players. I only have it at like 2 stars worth of upgrades, so the gameplay looks like kind of ass. But anyways, this car is just useful for Gauntlet and that's pretty much it, because for MP2 there's the 1-star Venom F5 and that thing is just overpowered. And that's about it. Next up we got the McLaren Speedtail. This car was given away for free to everyone from its Starway event, and now, this car is like so good actually for its rank. It is pretty underranked, it like accelerates pretty fast at the start of races, and I don't even have it at max, I only have it at 6 stars cause where the fuck am I gonna like get the remaining blueprints for this car if they cost like 300k credits each from the Legend shop, so it is like not worth it at all. It is not worth buying its blueprints with credits, but this car is definitely worth it. Anyways, the top speed of this car is average, the acceleration it looks worse on paper, but it's actually like, it feels way faster. Like, it accelerates pretty fast at the start of races. It is pretty useful for Gauntlet. The handling of this car is great. While the drifting radius could be a bit wide, but the car is pretty floaty. It can like punch drift and floaty drift flawlessly, which makes it amazing. And the nitro capacity is pretty long for S-Class. For Divisions 3 and 4 of Gauntlet, this car is like awesome. It does insanely good. This car like helped me a lot when I was on Division 4 of Gauntlet, and this was my go-to car, especially for those like alkaline tracks where you have to like punch drift and floaty drift and you need like cars with high acceleration and high nitro capacity. It just like does so great on those tracks. And overall, this is one of the most underranked cars in this game. For MP2, well, the 1-star Venom F5 will just win there, so what can I even say about it? For multiplayer, I haven't like really seen it on the multiplayer divisions, so I don't know about that. But considering this car is pretty underranked, it should probably be underranked too for MP1, most likely. But well, MP1 is just like fucking stupid. Right now it is just evil Lycans everywhere, and that's it. Like the Lycan is just better for MP1, so what can I even say about other cars? But anyways, this car is pretty fun to play. It is not that stable actually. It might sometimes like just kill itself when taking a ramp, like flip over and crash. But overall, it is an amazing car to have. And if you missed its Starway event, you should like definitely go for it. Next up, we got the Ultima RS. Now I really love this car once again. It came out on a special hunt like, I don't know, like some months ago, or bro, I think time really does fly. It was like last year, so I don't even know. But anyways, the special hunt of this car like returns very often. It has happened already like 3 or 4 times, I'm not sure. And the car is just like extremely fun to play and also very reliable. Like, it is kind of hard to find cars that are both reliable and fun to play, and this car does both perfectly. It got an average to below average top speed, good acceleration, insanely good handling, and a really long nitro capacity for S-Class. It does insanely good at Divisions 3 and 4 of Gauntlet, and this car has one of the biggest skill gaps of this game. Like the difference between an alien and a regular player with this car is just like massive. This car can do pretty long punch drifts and it is extremely floaty. You can even like skip 360 floaty drifts and just punch instead, cause it is just like insanely long. It accelerates pretty fast at the start of races, and you can keep most of its speed because you can just like punch drift on every corner and just float everywhere. And that's the thing I love the most about this car. The only bad thing about it is that it is kind of unstable. It sometimes just like randomly flips over and crashes and the car just kills itself by no reason. But overall, the Ultima RS is an amazing choice for Gauntlet. As for multiplayer, I haven't like not really seen it that much. I only like saw it once, or I don't know, I don't even remember. And for MP2, well, the 1-star Venom F5 just beats it because it is like 400 less of a rank than this car. So yeah, nothing comes up to the 1-star F5. Next up, we got the Rymac Nibara Time Attack. This car is also a special hunt car, and it does insane on this game actually. In my opinion, it is the best special hunt car to be ever added into the game. It is not that fun to play like the Ultima RS, but it is more useful, like, in my opinion, because this car is actually good on Division 5 of Gauntlet and Ultima RS is not. Now, talking about this car stats, it has a below average top speed, insanely high acceleration, like 89, it is like an acceleration beast. It just like rockets through at the start of races. Bad handling and like kind of bad or medium nitro capacity for S-Class cars. I don't know, it is kind of bad for that. Although I don't know, it could be good or bad, it is just like average. I don't know what to say about the nitro capacity. But anyways, this car does insanely good on Gauntlet. Like, it just rockets through at the start of races, but the only bad thing about it is that the top speed is not that great, and the handling is kind of trash. Like, it is a boat, it cannot float, and it just loses a ton of speed while drifting. It is not that stiff like the Kichinger whatever car, whatever that thing was called, that it just like lost all of its speed when you drift. This car just rockets through, like I just said. Like, the nitro feels stronger than other cars, I don't know, or it could be like the combination of the high acceleration and normal nitro, I'm not sure. And it is a beast for Gauntlet, and it is also free to play. The only bad things about it is that this car is a boat, and it might be sometimes not that easy to drive if you want to have the best time possible, but it is very F2P friendly. For multiplayer, I have like not seen this car, I don't know. I'm not really sure. I don't even know when was the last time I saw it like on the multiplayer divisions, because multiplayer right now is just flooded of evil Lycans. And for MP2, I'm not even gonna say shit about it, because we all know the 1-star Venom F5 is just better. Next up, we got the evil Lycan. This thing is so stupidly overpowered, like on everything. It is insanely easy to obtain like free to play. You just get it by playing the game. It is like one of the first S-Class that you unlock by just playing the game. And it is just so insane, especially with the heavy DT overload drivetrain thingy. Like, it just makes it rocket through at the start of races. It says that it is like 86 acceleration or something like that, but it actually performs like it had like 90 acceleration. It is a fake positive one. And as for the car stats, the top speed is below average for S-Class. The acceleration with the Evo tuning is like stupidly overpowered. The handling is good and the nitro capacity is also good for S-Class. Like, most S-Class cars have like terrible nitro capacity, and this car, like, you'll never like run out of nitro with this car. I just like love using it because it is so overpowered. And as for multiplayer, this car is so stupid because it is like placed on Platinum 3 or 2. Well, I think Platinum 2. And like from Platinum 2 up to Champion, you can just use this car. Like, all the other cars just suck compared to this one. It is just like stupidly overpowered. And for Gauntlet, it is actually useful for Division 5. Like, yeah, I don't know how even. This starter car is useful for Division 5. Like, that heavy DT overload drivetrain thingy just makes it accelerating insanely fast. I don't know if it even accelerates faster than the Nivera time attack, but it might actually. I'm not sure. But the thing is that the Evo Lycan is very floaty. It has actually a long nitro capacity unlike the Nivera time attack. So if it is broken at Division 5, imagine using this thing at Division 4. Like, Division 4 is cooked. And as for MP2, well, 1-star Venom F5 once again. This car is stupidly overpowered, the Evo Lycan. It is probably gonna get nerfed soon, or I don't know. So I've used this car as much as possible on the current state of the game. So yeah. Next up, we got the Devil 16. This car is free to play because you can like get it free to play obviously at Gauntlet Division 5. You buying the key that is worth like 150k Gauntlet coins on the Gauntlet shop. But the Devil 16 is actually a pretty unique car. There are no other cars that are similar to it. Like, the car has very unique special physics for it, and the car has to be driven differently than others. The top speed is extremely high, it is the highest on the game. The acceleration is average to below average for S-Class. The handling is great, it is really floaty. And the nitro capacity is ass. Well, most S-Class cars with that high of a top speed, like, their nitro capacity is also ass. So that's not even that bad of a thing. It is extremely floaty. Well, it has different floaty capabilities than other S-Class cars. Like, it can do flick floaties and hold floaties, which they're like a different type of floaty drift that other cars cannot do. And what I love most about this car is just like gliding through the corners. Like, I don't know, the floaties of the Devil 16 are like really smooth and satisfying. It just like floats through the corners. And for Gauntlet, it is useful even at 1-star on the freefall track. And at 5 or 6 stars, it is useful on like a bunch of other tracks, but it is not that easy to drive on Gauntlet. But if you're like an alien, you can perform amazing with this car. And for multiplayer, it is placed always at the highest division possible, so you're gonna be facing Jesko Absolutes and Arash Imperiums, which in my opinion, those cars are like easier to drive. Well, it depends honestly. I have used the Devil 16 on Legend League and I have like done great. And I have beaten other Jesko Absolutes and sometimes Arash Imperiums because they're like pretty rare because they're a pay to win only car. If you want to learn how to play with this car, it is like entirely different from other cars. So you're gonna have to like learn how to drive this specific car. But it is not that hard once you actually like get used to it. So for Gauntlet, this car is extremely useful. For multiplayer, it's also very useful. And for MP2, if you have it at max stars at rank 5000, I don't know, it kind of depends the track selection. It could be useful or not, I don't know. Because you're gonna do great if you get like a track like San Diego, but you're gonna like lose if you get Caribbean or Osaka. Because this car is different than other cars, like its air acceleration is terrible. So that's why when you see reference runs with this car, most people don't take ramps. Because it is actually slower, it is better to just stay on the ground with this car. And as long as you're playing on any track and you like do the floaty drifts properly, you can like slowly stack up speed and just keep it and actually win races. Like driving the Devil 16 feels pretty smooth because you're just staying on the ground and trying to just keep the most speed as possible while abusing the floating mechanics of the car. And that's about it. We got to the second place of the list, which is the F5. Now, I know guys, you're gonna say like, what the fuck, how is this car free to play? I literally unlocked it for free by playing its Spotlight event a year ago. Not the current terrible shitty ass Spotlight, the Stars and Stripes reignited thingy. Not that one of this year. The one from the previous year. Like the one from 2025 was this. Like the one from 2025 was extremely generous, like you could just get a shit ton of blueprints for this car for very cheap. And also the Spotlight Shop token refreshes cost like 50 tokens, the first one, instead of the 250 tokens that the current Spotlights now cost. So you could just farm non-stop the F5, and that's how you unlock this car. And overall it is a beast. It is one of the S-Class kings of this game. It has extremely high top speed, starting at 500 km/h at stock, below average acceleration, insanely good handling and crazy floaty capabilities. Like this car it is insanely floaty, like the punch drops of it and everything. But the only bad thing about it is the bad nitro capacity. But it doesn't matter that much, as long as you get like close to top speed and you just punch drop on every corner you see, you're gonna be going like stupidly fast on most tracks, and that's why I love this car. Also, I am keeping it at 1 star because it is stupidly broken. I am keeping it at 1 star because it is stupidly overpowered for MP2 because the matchmaking is entirely rank based on MP2. So this car going at 500 km/h and being extremely floaty at only rank 4000, it is just like stupid. But anyways, even the car at stock performs amazing. It is one of the few cars at this game that actually do great at 1 star, because most cars are just trash at 1 star, are only like useful at max. And for multiplayer, it is placed at like the highest division possible, which, well, yeah, it will do great, but I wouldn't like using it that much. I'd rather use a Just Go Absolute or a Devil. I don't know, that's just personal opinion. For MP2, it is just overpowered. This is like the MP2 beast, especially at stock or 1 star. And for Gauntlet, it is useful at max at Division 5. And at 1 star, it is useful at Divisions 3 and 4 because there is that Himalayas freefall track where you just need like a stupidly fast car, and the F5 does great on that track. Finally, we have gotten up to the number 1 of this list, which is the Evo Chiron. Now, why the Evo Chiron in my opinion is the best free-to-play car ever added into Asphalt Legends? Well, also, before you guys like complain how the fuck this car is free to play, it is quite easy to obtain at garage level like 17 or 18, but it has been given away so many times at like time limited events, and also it was given away for free at the 20th anniversary spotlight. Like that event just gave you a ton of blueprints for this car. That's where I unlocked and also maxed out the car on, like from me not having the car unlocked to 6 stars. Anyways, this car is like a beast. It is incredibly versatile. That's why it's at number 1. It got incredibly high top speed, great acceleration, good handling, and long nitro capacity for S-Class. The car is extremely versatile with its Evo tuning pieces. It is useful for multiplayer since it is usually not placed on the highest division, so you're not gonna be facing Just Go Absolutes and Arash Imperiums. Well, I haven't even played multiplayer after like they added the champion thingy and that shitty ass division and nerfed the rewards, but like when the Champion League didn't exist, this car used to be at Platinum like 1 or 2, and it was incredibly useful. For MP2 it is not that useful cause yeah, 1 star Venom F5 fucking wins. And for Gauntlet, this is like a beast. If you unlock it at Division 4, it is like broken, and for Division 5 it is also extremely useful. Like if you play Gauntlet, you're gonna be at least using this car like on every single defense line you have. Like you see, you have to choose 5 cars for 5 different tracks. Like the Evo Chiron gotta be at least one of them on every single Gauntlet matchup. But anyways, this car is like, it is insanely good for Gauntlet. The only bad thing about it is kind of a bit chunky and fat. Like sometimes the car might accidentally like just flip over and kill itself during a wall ride because it is kind of chunky. Also, it can float pretty well, but I don't know, like the punch drifts work, but it kind of a bit like loses a bit too much speed when punch drifting. But I don't know, like the floaties of this car, in my opinion, they don't like feel that satisfying. But anyways, this car is stupid. Like when you punch drift, it kind of like loses a bit too much speed. And it makes me wonder, like, this car is floating, why is it losing that much speed when fucking punch drifting? And also for the 360 floated drifts, but that doesn't really matter because the acceleration of this car is great. Also the nitro of it feels pretty powerful, so it like recovers the lost speed pretty fast. That has been all from me for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I read every comment. Let me know down below if you agree or disagree with me and why. If you guys want to see some next comparison or rank list or whatever, just let me know down below. Your suggestions or feedback matter to me a lot. Thanks for watching and I'll see you later.